Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Oh my goodness. I'm absolutely touched by all of you. Thank you so very much for connecting. And I hope you're having a great February if you are watching this in February. I'm filming it just a bit past the middle portion of the month, so the 17th to be exact. All right? Sagittarius, I'm already feeling that this is going to be a period of very high energy for you. There's going to be a lot going on. I'm gonna say it that way. I'm feeling that you keep your nervous system in check, right? Keep Sun of Wands, Eight of Swords in reverse, beautiful. Ooh, okay. 10 of Swords upright, 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling Sagittarius, you're going to have so much going on. It's going to be such an active, it's like kind of like, this is the feeling I get. It's like a news anchor who, right, their job is to tell the news. Their job is to perform in some way, right, day in and day out. There's an expectation, right, that's held upon them. And they love their job, right? They feel like they were made for this job. They're very excited about it, right? Extremely excited about it. But inevitably, right, sometimes it's like you could be feeling overwhelmed, right? You could be feeling like, oh my gosh, like unprepared. Everybody's putting the makeup on you. They're preparing you for the camera to be turned on, right? Justice. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. We're gonna get to it, Sagittarius. But right, it's like almost as if you're about to go on air and you're like a little bit frazzled. You're a little bit frazzled, but this is what you want. This is what you want. You stepped into this position. You know this is what you want. You are absolutely aligned with the mission that you're embarking on and pursuing. Right? You have transformed, Sagittarius. You have transformed. Okay. We haven't even gone to the Celtic Cross quite yet. And there's just so much going on for you guys. By the way, 2 of Cups in reverse popped out, along with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Very, very interesting with Justice. Kind of at the apex of those 2 cards, all right? I'm sensing that there's something really momentous happening for you. There's a big turning point, and you're required to give focus to it, and possibly to a lot of other things, right? And that could be requiring a lot of you, right? You could be in the sort of state of like the 5 of Wands sort of energy, where there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on around you. You're very busy. It's the good kind of busy. It's the good kind of active, but, right? When we are overdrawing our resources, our actual physical capacity to handle our drive, right? Or what our environment is asking of us, we can perhaps feel a bit overworn, right? A little bit out of our element. Think the news anchor who is not quite almost prepared to go on stage. Strength upright, the Empress in reverse. Maintaining, sticking to your goal however you are. You have an inner resilience and drive that is undying. Undying. I mean, even if physically, right? Wow, Judgment. Ace of Swords right beneath Judgment, and the Sun right... Oh my goodness, this is seriously significant. The World, the Star, the 2 of Swords, the Magician, the Devil in reverse, the Emperor, the Tower, Temperance, Sagittarius. This is beyond words, is what this is. Okay, this is, that was almost every single major arcana in the deck there. Okay, and in your spread itself, right? And this isn't even the spread yet. This is like what the energy that's just flowing out, right? It's like news, right? Something big is happening. Something big is taking form where you are required to be like on, like lights, camera, action, what? You know, that kind of thing. But hey, you have the inner strength, the resilience, the passion, the motivation, and the drive to do it, to keep moving forward with this, right? Whatever the situation is asking of you, there's a decision you're going to make, a significant one, potentially a partnership. You have the Two of Cups. I know that you have been on a journey that speaks to your personal creativity, something that's very real to you, something that is real to your truth, your inner truth, your soul, your soul's purpose, right? That inner vitality that we see with strength, that's what's pushing you, right? That's what's pushing you to achieve ultimate stability with your dreams, right? The channeling and the harnessing of that creative energy in such a way that is positive, right? That contributes to a positive sort of long-term, fertile, right, predicament, right? One that will carry us into the future, right? The Empress is so fertile, such a fertile energy. And with strength right next to it, that's like masculine, feminine, the two halves of your side, right, of your being. The two sides of your being, are empowering each other, are like working like centrifuge, style together, even if you're tired, right? Even if you are overworked in some sort of way, you are holding fast to moving forward, making sure that you move forward, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's a creative project. The Son of Wands is right beneath my citrine cluster, which speaks to the fire element, creativity, vitality, strength. Okay, strength. You have, there's so much going on, Sagittarius. The energy is brimming, okay? You have, look, it's almost like there's so much going on, right? There's so much this is exactly what it's like. It's like a newscast. That's what it's like. It's like behind the scenes of a news station where it's almost like, right, you are the anchor and there is so much going on backstage, or whatever it is that they call that space, and everybody is like shouting, and there's this going on, and there's that, but there's commotion, there's adrenaline, right? And alas, right, you're like, looking, people are shouting news, bits of information, and all of a sudden, right, it's like, that's it, front and center stage, you gotta go, right? Microphone. Like, now is your time, and I'm hearing time to shine, and it may be putting you under a sort of pressure, like you're going to need to look at something very, very, very clearly, very closely, very head-on, right? Justice. There's no beating around the bush with this card whatsoever. This energy is head-on, and right above the Two of Cups in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this could be forming a partnership of some sort that's still in its phase of planning, okay? It could be in regards to this creative endeavor. Son of Wands upright. Absolutely. And the two, so you have twos and then you have ones, right? We're not even doing the Celtic Cross yet. I mean, this is like, that's how significant this energy is, Sagittarius. And Judgment as your theme, it's a transition point for you. It's an absolute transition point, especially when you have Justice and Judgment together in the spread, in the sub-spread, with Ace of Swords beneath Judgment. News is either coming or you are speaking something. You're speaking something publicly, right? You're bringing something out into the public, almost like, aha, here I am. Sun beneath that news card. Okay, in reverse, albeit, but nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, it is. It's moving into the light, right? Look at these three cards together. These are your themes, your sub-themes. Judgment, Ace of Swords, Sun in reverse. It's like the uprising, okay, but in a significant way. Like, whatever this news is, whatever this decision is, whatever this clarity, this newfound clarity that you arrive at, okay, is going to shake your world up. Is going to absolutely shake your world up, Pisces. Sorry, not Pisces. If you know Pisces, if you have a Pisces sun, or, sorry, not sun, well, maybe you do. Maybe you are a Sagittarius watching this if you have a rising or a moon, okay? But however, if you know a Pisces archetype, if you have anyone, right, in your midst who is a Pisces, you may want to check that out. I said that off chance. Now, see, the Ace of Swords is literally sandwiched between two seriously transformative energies of the Major Arcana deck. So this is not petty. This is not a petty sort of, this is not a petty sort of decision. I'm hearing decision. This is something very big. And beneath the Sun, you have the Ace of Wands, speaking to shake-up, a shake-up of some sort. A shake-up of some sort. Wow. Okay. That you know, right, is leading you closer to the day. Closer to the clarity of the actualization of your dreams. Okay? It's like a shift in your being. It's almost like, you know, the ascension almost. Like it's like the energy is moving so fast and you are expanding, accelerating soul growth. I'm feeling that. Moving towards whatever it is you want to bring into manifestation and fruition rapidly. Wow. And it requires strength of you, Sagittarius. It requires, right, for the takeoff. I'm getting a takeoff feeling. It's like, you know, when the plane just takes off, all that pressure surmounting to the point at which all four wheels lift off the ground and into the sky you go, Sagittarius. And it's like, but that takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of acceleration, right? A lot of pressure, maybe even. But ultimately, it's the inner strength, resilience, and it's about knowing where you're going, right? Right? The plane takes off, puts all that energy and force into something, right? Revs the engine so that it can take off. You know where you're going. You know you intuitively are being driven towards your soul truth, Sagittarius. And you're taking the stand. You're absolutely taking the stand, saying what you need to say, speaking your truth, right? Lifting off. It's lift-off time. Into the sun. Into a abundance with strength and the sun, following that news, that decision, right? That stand that's taken, and ultimately this transformative shift, right? You are taking the bull by the horns and pursuing your dreams of what you want to manifest in your life. Relentless energy. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sagittarius. Now, up top, we have the Two of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Swords. Okay? I'm sensing Ten of Swords. This is a lot of, it's like, this is what it's like, right? Okay, swords are air energy. Thoughts, communication, right? The spoken word, the written word. Any real form of communication. It can be with ourselves, right? The thoughts in our mind. The over-analysis, analysis, paralysis sort of energy. Or it could just very simply be the communication that we have with others, right? Around us, in our environment. Our environment, kind of like the example of the newscast, right? Sort of environment where there's a lot going on. Maybe a lot of people, maybe a lot of conversations, maybe a lot of strategic work that goes into whatever this is. Maybe a lot of thoughts. And you're almost like, oh my God, so many thoughts. I need to focus, I need to concentrate on what direction am I going? And it's almost like, right? There could be a lot of, see, because here up top we have air and fire working together, which inevitably they need to work together, right? To make something come into fruition. Right? But when you have too much air, especially, right? When air is upright and the Two of Wands is in reverse, it's almost like the idea generation phase, the strategic phase, is almost overbearing. It's not allowing the action and the impetus and the will and the drive and the movement forward to take place, right? When we have too many thoughts, sometimes we think, well, you know, if I overthink this, right, the more I think about it, the more clear it's going to get. Not always, right? It can actually inhibit us. It could skew our perception. It's almost like chaos. So perhaps, right, it's almost like you're feeling the need to drive clear and straight through a lot of chaotic, maybe white noise energy, right? A lot going on in your environment that could be a little bit distracting, perhaps. And blazing forward, trying to forge your path ahead, see through the fog, right, kind of thing, like push the branches aside, and blaze forward, right, with a very clear, definitive plan of action and path forward. But you could be feeling pressure, right, because you have 10 of Swords and you have only 2 of Wands, so it's like. And the wands are like coming at this very finite point, right? But it's in reverse. So it's like going against it's like resisting all of this energy. It's like the inertia. It's like it's like the plane, right? Getting ready for takeoff. It has to push so much and resist. I mean, I don't know so much technically of physics, but what I feel intuitively is like the plane has to sort of resist something, right? To push itself and lift itself up. It's like an irony, right? So it's almost like maybe this isn't required, right? In some shape or form. This is helping you. Helping provide that push and that lift off, perhaps in some way. But this is going to become more clear in the reading, I'm feeling, okay? In the actual reading. This is just the preemptive energies that we're tackling here first. So right beneath that, you have strength in the Empress. We spoke about this, right? The incessant drive to. You have your eye on achieving independent stability, one that is tied to your creativity. Absolutely, and especially because we have the Son of Wands right here. Okay? Right next to the 8 of Swords in reverse, right? So it's like you broke out of the chrysalis, you're now reborn, and you're pursuing this path that's creative, right? you're on the path, but you have your eye, right, on achieving this very stable, independent domain. All right? You want to bring all this energy together to such a point where it's like stable, right? Because fire energy is fast moving energy, as is air. And you have a lot of fire and you have a lot of air. All right? Just coming out right here. So, and then you have these major arcana sprinkled out. So it's sort of like this, right? It's like getting your oars in order. And I made this analogy, I believe, for Pisces, perhaps, or maybe it was Sagittarius. Either the full moon reading or the mid-February. Okay, but nonetheless, it's this analogy of like a startup, right? A startup company where every person in that company, it could be just a handful of people, plays the part of everyone in the company, right? And it's like that overburdening energy almost, right? That we've reached capacity of our abilities as humans, right? Even to take on this load. Which characterizes very much the nature of really any creative enterprise that is independent, that is driven by your passion and your will, right? When you're driven by your passion and your will, you inevitably give it everything. You're like, this is a part of me. I am moving forward in this project. It's not externalized. This project, it represents me in some way. And so because of that, you have a lot of drive and will and, right, pushing me on the limit, putting in the overtime, having that focus. And I mean, regardless, right? Sagittarius is a very driven sign. It's a fire sign. It inevitably has, right? A deep reservoir of fire energy at its disposal. So, Sag. The Empress is sort of like the calm after the storm, right? Where all of you're trying to get all your oars in order, right? There's a little bit of a chaotic energy to it, and you're trying to bring everything together to the point where it's smooth sailing. Right? You're on higher ground in some way. Like you now are able to see things not from being within the situation, but now from being above it in some way. You're now able to look down on it and feel more stable in the process itself. Because I feel like you're very much involved in the active sort of stages of it. Okay? Rather than the sort of the directorship of it, right? It's the beginning stages of the forming of the foundation, right? So coming into this energy, this Empress, where it's very stable and you feel very much, right? The sort of master over your domain is underway. This energy is coming, but inherently you need to sort of play the part of everyone and take kind of fasten the loose ends of forming the foundation of whatever it is that you're contributing to, if that makes sense, okay? Now, Sagittarius. This energy is also echoed here yet again in the Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, coupled together, right? So it could be, I'm sensing that maybe, right, like you're very busy with this, and then something comes in rather surprisingly, maybe catches you off guard, the need to make a decision, right? This is black or white, stand still, all time stand still. Spotlight, right? Lights on you. What are you going to do, right? What direction are you going to take? Crossroads energy a little bit, right? But nonetheless, it's like, there is, right, where you're trying to forge a path ahead with a lot of pressure and maybe resistance. It's like, it all comes to a point where there's clarity, and it's like, in the movies when there's a certain scene and time like stands still when something really significant happens, and everything is quiet, everyone is quiet, and all eyes are on that one character who has to right, give a very momentous answer, right? It's like that. No pressure, Sagittarius. It's exciting. It's great. I mean, this is fast-paced energy. It's where you want to go. That's what I'm feeling, Sag, for you. This is like what you asked for. You're like, this is what I wanted. It's a good feeling, right? It's a busy, bustling feeling. But again, take care of your nerves, your nervous system, right? Right? Go easy on the coffee. If you need to take a break or a rest, do it, right? I know, Sagittarius, you're such an active sign and you have so much energy, so much drive and will. You're very physical, right? But take that break if you need to, right? It will help you sustain and temper this energy in such a way that is not going to overburden you, right? As much as we see perhaps up top here with the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Wands in reverse. So it's preventative, all right? But I'm feeling you're super strong, super resilient. But nonetheless, something's going to come in, Sag, that makes you like almost, it makes everyone like turn around and hold their breath, like, right? Look at this card, Justice. It's almost like these two cats were like busy bickering even, or talking to each other. Just, they're so different, right? Black and white cat. The yin and the yang, right? And then all of a sudden something happens, right? Like a glass drops and breaks and shatters and everyone in the restaurant turns around and is like staring at whoever dropped that glass. It's kind of like that. So I'm feeling like something is going to come in that just breaks the glass of all the white noise that's going on, of all of this chaotic energy maybe, right? Where you're trying to forge a path ahead, and there you are, just under the microscope almost. Okay, but a good one. I'm feeling a good one, and it has to do with a partnership, I believe. All right, of some sort. All right. So a decision. Let's get right into the spread here. The Celtic cross spread. What's going on, Sag? Great. I mean, I'm so glad, because I know that you guys have been working relentlessly, right? Working hard. Judgment just popped out again. Working hard towards taking flight, taking off, right? The final liftoff point. The final liftoff. Okay, it's coming. That's what I'm feeling. It's coming. This is the time. This is the time. All right, March is your month, Sag. All right? Make the most of it, right? That inner strength, that inner resilience, all right? That inner resilience. But temper your energy. Temper your energy. I'm getting that big time. Temper your energy. Okay, so that when you are in that space of needing to make that decision and move forward with something that is a big deal to you perhaps, or that you feel will be a big deal, right? Make sure that you feel up to it, right? In terms of your element, being in your element, feeling strong and confident to do it. I feel you absolutely will, but just temper yourself, right? Temper your energy. So yes, I'm glad. I'm seeing that, I'm feeling that these energies are coming to a sort of culminating point for you in the month of March. Whatever it is that you've been working on, that you've been working hard towards, is manifesting for you in some way. There's a big break, a big breaking point. And it's, I'm feeling your nerves. I'm feeling your nerves, Sagittarius. It's almost like that adrenaline, like that excitement. 9 of Pentacles, having to do with career, having to do with abundance, having to do with absolute, okay, the reaping of rewards. is what is taking place here. Okay, but it's what is going to be required of you is to lift off, to take off, to make that change happen, to actually take the dive, take the leap. Leap of faith sort of thing, all right? Listen to your intuition always, always, Sagittarius. Always listen to your intuition, all right? And think before you speak. Think before you make the decision. Absolutely, think about it, all right? I'm being compelled to say that, okay? Think through it, right? I know you're going to be so excited, you're going to be so on fire and really high vitality, high energy, nerves, but take the moment, right? Like those two cats. They're not just jumping in and making a decision and answering. They are remaining pensive. They're looking back and they're looking head on with clarity, right? So I know, right, that I'm feeling this is going to be something very exciting for you. Very, very like, this is what I've been waiting for type of thing. And so take the moment, right? Take the moment to assess it, to digest it, to analyze it, right? To go home and think about it, that sort of thing. To sleep on it, even, perhaps, right? Always use your intuition, though. Right, Sag? But it's something that you feel, if I do this, this is gonna bring abundance. This is going to bring satisfaction. This is going to succeed my efforts, right? All of the efforts that I've put in for so long are going to come to fruition. Should I make this transformation? Should I make this change? 9 of Pentacles, that's a promise of abundance right there, is what it seems like. I'm feeling you're going to be feeling that absolutely. Okay. But again, right? Temper your energy so that when you're ready to take off, right, you can take off with all your might, right? So that you can take off. So I'm being compelled to say that and repeat that. So whatever that does mean to you guys, so much energy, Sag. Your nerves are rattled. I mean, I feel you. I just feel you like sharing exciting news with everyone, like just like going home and like, oh my god, guys, everything, oh my god, like that kind of thing, right? In some shape or form. Are we gonna get to the Celtic Cross today? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Sagittarius, you're pulling a Pisces. Pisces did this to me last month, I think. I kept trying to do the Celtic Cross for them. And I'm like, all right, now we're gonna do the Celtic Cross, because they were just throwing chunks at me, like chunks of cards, and it was such a storyline, right? And I was like, all right, now we're gonna do the Celtic Cross. Another chunk flies out. So there's a lot going on here for you, Sagittarius. Absolutely. Again, you pulled almost the same cards as we had flying out in our just previous sub-spread. The 8 of Swords again, in reverse again. Strength upright again. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse again. The 5 of Cups. And the Father of Pentacles. Wow. Now, these 5 cards are looking over at the 9 of Pentacles and Judgment in reverse. I was compelled to flip the deck over. It's the Ace of Cups in reverse. And the High Priestess right beneath that. And the 10 of Pentacles right beneath the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. And the Emperor beneath the 10 of Pentacles. And the Tower. And the 2 of Swords. Okay. The deck is like, no. You don't need the Celtic Cross. I'm going to show you what's going on here right now. It's showing me the same cards in almost the same sort of sequence in the theme that it was showing me just now before I shuffled again. So, okay, let's take it like this, okay, Sag? Whatever this is, it is going to renew you emotionally. Absolutely. It's going to be a breath of fresh air in terms of your emotional vitality and space, okay? I'm feeling that yes, right? Yes, perhaps there is a past, right, that had left you emotionally feeling depleted in some way, okay? But before I say this, let me take a closer look at it here, okay? One second. Aha, very interesting, very interesting. Very interesting. So, you have this Ace of Cups in your theme. The High Priestess right beneath the Ace of Cups. And the High Priestess is looking over at Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. Almost like the purveyor. Almost like has an eye on them, like, follow your intuition. Follow your intuition with this. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is right. But it's almost like this is going to be something very fruitful in feeling. Very fruitful. Again, always use your personal intuition, all right? So, the High Priestess, right, looking over at this decision, almost like waiting for the decision to be made, it's almost like the Ace of Cups is at the mercy of this High Priestess who is counseling, consoling, right? This change, waiting for this change to be made officially. And then the Ace of Cups will be upturned, leading to the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm sensing emotional fulfillment and tangible sense of security and groundedness. This is something that is almost like a double whammy, that sort of feeling, where it's like, oh, this emotionally satisfies me, I'm feeling so good, it's like, it's a renewal, right, of a part of me that's been perhaps stagnant, unfulfilled in some way. Absolutely. And at the same time, it's going to bring in abundance. It's going to be fruitful. It's going to be promising in some way, as it regards your finances, as it regards your career, right? Whatever it is, whatever project you're working on that you feel is going to bring you a long-term sense of groundedness and stability, okay? So it's like the whole package almost. That's what I'm feeling for you. It's the whole package. Okay. It's like what you've been looking for. That's what I'm hearing strongly here. Very interesting. Very interesting. The Emperor comes out. We had the Empress over here. So there's sort of a pair going on, and you have the Two of Cups. This could be a partnership. I'm going to say that. This could be a partnership. This could be a partnership, or it could be this could be representing you as being in a state of having control over, right, that sort of same purveyor feeling, right, the perception from up top rather than in the midst of all the craziness, all of the work, right, feeling overburdened. It's kind of like, I've achieved higher ground. I know where I stand now, right, in terms of wielding and channeling my energy and my fire, my creativity. I'm at the stage where it's streamlined. It's a streamlined progress that's being made now, rather than a chaotic one in which we are in the planning stages, still in a way, perhaps. Right, or this could be a person, and I am feeling that this could perhaps be a person. We got the Two of Cups as well. Okay. And the Tower in reverse beneath that, this is transformative. This is transformative. Absolutely. I mean, there's no other way to say it, Sag. Alright? And it could be something that was transformative by way of maybe the past of transformation, right? Maybe an experience that you experienced that was transformative in your past. is in a way what has ultimately led you to the state of being able to stand again and taller and so much more stable in the true way, right? Of holding down your fort and your domain, right? Channeling that fire energy in a way that's constructive. Because look at this, right? On the Tower card. There's fire too, and there's a tree as well. But you know what? The fire is destroying the tree. The fire is taking down the tree. It's like that fire energy is being destructive. Whereas this, also a fire card, this is Aries card. There's a tree here, and there's also fire. But it's the synthesis of those two elements, right? Earth and, right, stability, groundedness, and fire, creativity, vitality, passion, very much an enterprising energy, coming together in a way that is stable, that is conducive, right, to growth. Okay, not like taking down the tree. So I feel like, you know what, in your past, you have experienced something where it caused you to take down what did not work, right? To take down the tower, to do away with that, and now you're resurfacing, you're rebuilding your life in your tree, so to speak, and you are viewing what makes you stable in a different way. Beautiful. Great. Now, okay. So again, we have here, that popped out just like the last subspread. 8 of Swords, Strength, and this energy of planning, right? Planning, laying in the groundwork of perhaps, right, this, some sort of new path or whatever this project is, okay? But I'm sensing that again, right? There's so much pressure, there's so much going on, and then there's so much pressure on this High Priestess, who's right beneath this Ace of Cups yet again. Okay? It's almost like she's important. She is important. The High Priestess is the most intuitive card in the deck. It's the number 2. It's like the step after the decision to enter on a new journey, right, and move forward. It's after the Magician, and it's after the Fool too, right? Fool being 0, taking that leap of faith. Magician being number 1, realizing who we are, right? All of our skill sets. Realizing that we are the manifestors of our lives, right? Having that vision. And then, right? Moving forward from a space of intuition that's guided spiritually. Where we are really, we understand now. We have the abstract, right? Of who we are and what we're here to do. We have that vision. And now it's like we're bringing all of these, it's like now is the practice in a way, right? The bringing together of all those elements, of all that theory and that abstract understanding of our path and our dream and what we want to make. And now it's like, all right, to move forward, right? It's about the synthesis of all of that, all of our skills and all our elements in a way that is channeled by way of our intuition, so to speak, right? In a way. And so the High Priestess is looking over at Judgment, and the 9 of Pentacles, like, it's your move now. It's your move. Everything is on hold. Everything is waiting. There's a feeling of suspense. There's a feeling of pending, right? But I'm feeling it's due to this. Follow your intuition, Sag. Follow your intuition, all right? Okie dokie. Now, 4 of Pentacles. We were saying in the planning stages. I'm feeling though that this is something else. I'm feeling that what's coming in is gonna like shake up whatever this is. This is like, again, right, past energy. You awoke, you transformed, you are in the day now in some shape or form. Strength, you have the resilience, you know what path you want to move forwards on, you have the energy, you have the vitality, you have it, right? And you're being driven by your intuition. That's also what strength speaks to, right? Understanding our spark, who we are, our creative, very personal path forward, right? The figure 8 on the forehead of the third eye chakra area of the lion, right? And the High Priestess, right? I'm sensing you are going to be tapping into your intuition. That's very much what that speaks to. So, You're so tuned in and so dialed in, Sag. You're so focused on setting all of your oars in order, getting everything prepared. You're so focused, right? And okay, you have the Five of Cups, right? Sandwiched in between the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Father of Pentacles. Father of Pentacles is looking over at Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. So, you may be feeling amidst all of this hard work and all of this concentrated focus and effort, you could be feeling overwhelmed. You could be feeling, well, I don't feel the total emotional satisfaction quite yet, right? I'm feeling a little bit overworn. Right? You know it's coming. You are focused on achieving it, right? That's where your vision and your sight, your gaze is focused upon. But nonetheless, you're working so hard, right? It seems that you're not feeling the emotional satisfaction yet of being on still water, on stable ground, right? Of stepping into this Emperor energy where you're like, okay, I got it. Now I know where we are. Now I know how it works. Now, right? And so inevitably, right, you could be feeling a little bit emotionally overworn or just simply not as satisfied, right? And I'm feeling like, okay, the emotional side to what you're doing, the emotional side to your life is somewhat compartmentalized in some way, because I'm sensing you're so focused on your craft, you're so focused on what you want to bring into fruition, right, that it's almost like, okay, I know, right, that my emotional satisfaction is not front and center with this. But it is important, right? It is important. And I know that it's going to come by way of this new beginning that I put into order. But right now, in the planning stages, right, I am required to place my focus on moving forward and making change happen here and make progress happen, right? Ultimately. So even though you have this Five of Cups sandwiched in between the planning energy sort of card and the Father of Pentacles, it's sort of like, yeah, okay, you're there. I know you're there, right? It's emotionally unsatisfying in some shape or form, right? Maybe you're not tapping into your emotions as much, right? Your emotional side in terms of it's like this. Being so like a workaholic type, like so focused on your work that it's like you don't have time to think about a relationship. It's like kind of like that. That's sort of what it's like. You don't have the time almost, right, to even think about yourself, your relationship with yourself almost, right? Because a relationship it's with yourself and it's with others, right? Our relationship with ourselves is reflected in our relationship with others even, right? So it's about the nurturing of yourself, and I feel like you know that, hey, you know what, I'm not able to tap into this more vulnerable, sensitive space, right? I'm so focused on what I need to bring forward into fruition, right? But I know it's there, and I know it's coming, right? I know I haven't acknowledged that space within myself as much as I have been focusing on whatever project this is that I'm trying to, bring to take off. But, right? And you're turning around and you're saying, I'm focusing on the change I need to make, right? No time for sulking. No time for focusing on either a previously emotionally dissatisfying situation or an emotional void that we're feeling, okay? It's almost like, look at these two cards together. And interesting, because the Five of Cups is sandwiched in between two Pentacles cards. And look at this, right? The Father of Pentacles is almost like, get your head up, son. we're moving into this. Like, we don't have time. We don't have time for this. We don't have time to sulk. We don't have time to focus on what's emotionally dissatisfying. What awaits us is the Ace of Pentacles. But in order to get this, we have got to step into our intuition and be wise with how we move forward, have the inner strength and follow faith, and make this big change happen. And that's where this energy will come in and be resolved. Be renewed with this Ace of Cups. You see how interesting this is? It's like the energy is being, it's like a centrifuge, right? It's inverting back around. It's almost like, it's like this, Sagittarius. It's like this. It's almost like this, right? Over here, it's like working so hard on planning, right? For whatever this is that I want to bring into fruition. In the middle, it's like, but I'm emotionally dissatisfied, right? Like, you could even be feeling like, I need something that's like a break for me, right? Almost like I need a break from all this heavy work, this focus, this resilience, and this stamina. I need an emotional fulfillment of some sort, right? That's softer, that speaks to my more sensitive side, maybe, right? My vulnerable space. But then it's like Father of Pentacles is like, we gotta go. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for the mushy gushy, cooing. We have to get this done. That's when you're really going to feel emotionally renewed, right? It's like we have to focus on our priorities, okay, which is where the true fulfillment is going to come, right? Not like in the middle of the process, okay, which can like throw us off our horse a little bit perhaps. So Father of Pentacles is like, this could be a person who's like, it's like you're like tired or, a little bit lethargic, right? Maybe you're like hiking up a mountain, right? Imagine that. And someone is with you and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. And they just grab your arm and be like, come on, we gotta go, right? Like the sun is gonna go down. We have to catch the view, that kind of thing. All right. So this could be a person who is encouraging you, pushing you, right? To make this, to reach for the mountaintop, right? That reminds you of the view at the mountaintop. It's like, you don't need to deal with this. You don't need to sulk and you don't need to, there's no time for that. I'm hearing there's no time for that. You have so much better and bigger coming for you, Sagittarius, right? Rather than to remain in the down and out or to focus on what was not, right? Emotionally satisfying for us. And so if it's not a person, it can be your own energy, right? Your own focus, your own vision, right? Of what you want to create. But it could be a support system. It could absolutely be a support system. I want to do the Celtic cross for you guys, all right? I want to do the Celtic cross, but you know what? I think the cards have their own agenda. 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Sagittarius, with this change that you need to make, I'm feeling that, you know what? There could be a little bit of like a performance anxiety. Okay? And Sagittarius is very much of a performer's sign. Okay, very much, right? Many brilliant comedians, very talented comedians are Sagittarius. So, with the 5 of Swords in reverse, it's like, okay, look at this card. You gotta cut through the worm. It looks scary. You don't want to hurt the worm. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want to, right? It's like, oh, the worm, I don't want to hurt it, but I have to make progress. And the worm can symbolize your own self-imposed limitations, right? Even of your mind, the figment of your imagination, the fear, right? The fear, the illusion, right? The worm is not really in your way, right? It's almost like you just have to break through that red tape, right? In your mind. And I'm feeling, right? There's a feeling of like, once I do this, things are never going to be the same. And there could be a feeling even of nostalgia, right? Whatever this changes, it could be regarding a big change of some sort to your home, your habitat, the way you do things, your lifestyle, whatever it is, right? And it's about like thinking, okay, right? Things are going to change inevitably, and you may be feeling like Wow. Okay. You may be feeling like, see, Celtic Cross does not want to happen. So let's not push it. Let's follow. Let's follow. Wow. Let's follow our intuition. All right? I'm going to keep shuffling until we get a few more cards, and then we'll digest. So, see, the energy is so momentous, and the energy is so spotlighted here for you, that it's like, in a way, the Celtic Cross doesn't matter, because it's like, the Celtic Cross is more, is like past, present, future. It's like the delineation of energies. But when something so big is happening, Sagittarius, it's like, we don't have time for the Celtic Cross. Like, this is so front and center. Like, that you're going to be so presented so obviously with this. It's going to be like, nothing else matters. Everything else is blurred out in a way. Does that make sense? Wow. Wow. Spotlight, spotlight. Okay. So, what was I saying? I was saying that, oh yes, it's sort of like, right, nothing is going to be the same. Once I cut through this worm, right, there's no taping it back. Right? It's like, once I make this change forward, and I make this movement, and I make this progress, and I decide to forge ahead, right? Nothing is going to be the same as it was. Plain and simple. And it's about thinking, well, do I, right? It's like, it's almost like a nostalgia, right? Like, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss how this was maybe, or I'm gonna miss that, or I was in some ways comfortable, but I don't feel like you were comfortable. I feel like you want this change. But it's just the feeling of like, it's the performance anxiety. It's like, oh my God, when I do this, it's not gonna be the same after I do this, sort of thing. It's like that. It's like that, Sagittarius. The action and the boldness of taking that stand, which is why I feel gotta temper your energy. Temper your energetic reserves, so that when this moment comes, you can act from a place of your highest power, you could just be totally, right? You can make a calm, cool, and collected decision. Alright, that's what I'm feeling. And we have the Mother of Wands with Death in reverse. And the Five of Swords is in reverse as well. So again, right, there could be a resistance to this change, a little bit of a performance anxiety, as we said. Mother of Wands is paired with Death in reverse. The Emperor came out again. And the Three of Wands upright, a new portal, an absolute new portal being entered. This is a new world for you. But you know what? You may be feeling a little bit unstable about it, right? You potentially could be feeling like, how do I feel about the situation? Is it night or is it day? Is this going to be emotionally satisfying for me? But you know what? This card speaks to illusion. It is all our perception, right? How we choose to interpret this card. In a way, it's like, these cups, these 7 cups are technically in the light, right? They're technically in the sunshine. It looks like it's day, and it looks like this figure here is a mountain, right, with the moon. But when you flip it upside down, or actually right side up, it looks so converse, right? It looks like the cups are now on the mountain, and it's night. So it's like, how are you going to look at this card? How do you feel about the situation? How do you really feel about the situation? It's all your perception. How are you going to turn the card? Which leads us to intuition, the High Priestess yet again, right? The importance of listening to your intuition when you're making that decision. Sagittarius, I am compelled to repeat this. Really, really tune into your intuition. Really follow your intuition. What do you feel about the situation? I want to pull these 2. All right? Ooh, interesting. The base. We got the 5 of Cups overlaying the Son of Cups, overlaying the 4 of Wands, overlaying the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, very interesting. So, now, okay. Three of Wands paired with the Emperor. Look at these two cards together. The Three of Wands and the Emperor, it's interesting because they're both fire, right? But they're very different manifestations of fire, and it's very differently depicted on both of these cards. The Three of Wands is sort of like the flash of insight. It's so creative. It's so mind-opening, right? It's like it's a brain bender. Look at this. Same thing, Four of Wands. Very much like that portal-like energy, right? That third eye chakra activation sort of energy where it's like you have that vision, right? And it's like you're being pulled, you're being compelled to enter that portal, that space, even though you don't really know what it's going to be like. And alas, that's what the Emperor in reverse speaks to, right? The not knowing what it's going to be like. The Emperor is sort of like the stability, the stable use of the fire energy, of the fire element, right? We spoke about that. Where you feel like, okay, like I got this, I'm cool, I know where I'm going. But in reverse, paired with the Three of Wands, you're being presented with something that is very enchanting, very alluring, but inherently, you don't really know. You don't really know what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, and what it's going to taste like. All you know is that you're being driven and guided to enter that new world. Okay? So, it's not conventional. It's not conventional, Sagittarius. Don't think that this is conventional. This is like a Uranus energy. This is like a sudden, like a real, like coming out of left field sort of thing. Alright? I was about to spill this turmeric tea latte all over myself. That's how I'm feeling the nerves. I'm feeling the nerves for you guys, all right? Again, keep it stable. Keep it stable. The Emperor, right, in reverse is sort of like wherever you're moving into, whatever this new world is, it's not going to be following a regimented sort of protocol, okay? It's inherently, it may feel a little bit unstable, but exhilarating. Oh my God, so exciting, right? Entering this world, like, where am I going? Like Candyland? Like, that's really cool, that energy, right? But again, mystery, there's mystery to it, but you're being so pushed, yet again, to follow your intuition. Do you remember the High Priestess? I'm being compelled. Watch this video again. Watch this video again. Watch the beginning of it, right? Because I'm sensing it's all like it's enveloping, right? There's an envelope within an envelope within an envelope, but then you have to zoom back out. You have to see the major envelope, and then you see, there are more envelopes inside of the envelope, right? So watch it again. Okay, watch this video again. Right? Because the High Priestess was looking over at Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so it's like, when you're making this change, follow your intuition, because that's how it's going to come around. That's how it's going to come around, okay? Seven of Cups. You may be thinking, see, this card also speaks to your intuition knows, right? You intuitively know when you're looking at the card, right? What is what? You know it's somewhat of an illusion. The cups are technically in the day, right? The background is day. When you're looking at it like that, at least, right? But it is next to the sun, and the sun is so, but inherently you know it's an illusion, and you understand that it's a matter of perception. But still, you're like, how do I feel about this? It's like that. It's like almost like, but the performance anxiety. It's like, you know, it's not that you don't know you want to make this move. It's not like you don't know you want to make this progress forward. It's just that, like that push, like, do I want to do this? Like, yeah, you want to do this, right? Follow your intuition, Sagittarius, all right? This is a general reading, so always follow your intuition no matter what, but I am feeling for you that you know how you feel about it, and you just need to follow your intuition with it, okay? Mother of Wands, death in reverse. There's a resistance to again, make this change, cut through the red tape. Okay, Mother of Wands paired with death. Mother of Wands, this could be you. You could have been preparing for the birth of something, right? The birth of something in terms of this project. You've maybe been trying to bring it to a certain point of culmination, and then right, but in a rather expected way, right? Birth, the Mother of Wands, is predictable, right? Birth in some way is predictable. You know it's going to take, right, 9 months. You know it's gonna entail sort of, you know, whatever it does. There is an expectation usually, right? So, but when you're being compelled, right, to step out of this process, right? It's almost like step out of what you expected. Step out of whatever it was that you thought was going to be of the situation. I'm feeling prior to when this, whatever this is, comes in, this news. And instead, follow your intuition with moving into a space that's more unconventional. Moving into a space that is not of what exactly you had ever imagined, right? That maybe inherently makes you feel a little unstable, right? It's not as stable as the Mother of Wands where she has her babies, she knows they're going to hatch, right? She's just waiting. It's about getting out of our comfort zone and getting ready for takeoff, right? Right beneath that, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. At the base of this duo of Death in reverse and the Mother of Wands, which I'm sensing again is a change of perspective, a change of approach, all right? And so beneath that, you have, look at these cards. Sagittarius. When you make this change, I'm sensing that not in the 9, the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles are almost like awaiting, okay? You at the finish line. That's this sort of energy. And sorry if a hand creepily opened the door like that and a dog entered the room. Hi, Bandit. That was a little unexpected, as what seems is coming your way. So, it's a foreshadowing, guys. Yes, this is what awaits you. Somewhat. Right? It's sort of like this is what is waiting to be upturned once this energy moves out. Right? Letting go of what we were so bent on bringing to manifestation and fruition. So, with the 6 and the 7, and it's so interesting, it goes from a 6 to a 7 in sequence, in succession. So, it's stable. This is very stable. You have fire and you have earth working together. Okay, Pentacles and Wands. Okay, this is abundance. This is abundance that's just waiting to bloom, right? Just waiting to bloom. And the Seven of Wands is like, once you transform and you're able to let this go, whatever this is, right? Abundance is yours. And it's going to be like wildfire. Like, turn on the match and everything sets ablaze. Like, it's going to be that kind of thing. That's very fruitful. Look at these pentacles just waiting to blossom and bloom. Okay? But it's quiet right now. Right? It's like you can hear a pin drop. It's sort of like that Justice card yet again. Watch the video again. I'm going to do so myself because this is fascinating. All right? The way that it's all turning, it's like turning into itself is what's happening, right? It's like a reverse storytelling. So, Sagittarius, right? You can almost hear a pin drop. And it's like that moment where you need to make the decision, you need to make the choice, you need to rip off the Band-Aid. That's what this card speaks to, ripping off the Band-Aid, all right? And once you do that, Once you do that, it's like the lights go on, the sun comes out, right? The match is lit, okay? And this is just waiting to bloom. Wow. In your theme for this third sub-spread is the Five of Cups. Popping out again, all right? Overlaying the Son of Cups. Interesting. So, overlaying the Four of Wands, overlaying the Ten of Pentacles. Again, we got that card, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, overlaying the Daughter of Wands. All right. So, Five of Cups, right? I'm feeling that this is a matter, whatever this is, whatever this decision is you have to make, whatever it is, this jump, this shift, okay? The trusting of your emotions, right? Your emotional intuition, that sort of thing. Ripping off the Band-Aid is the need to, I'm feeling this, there's going to be a mending of heartbreak, perhaps, that you have felt in the past. Kind of like that. Bandit, why are you crying? No, Bandit. You want to say hello to everyone. Say hi. Say hi. You just want attention. You just maybe want to say hello. You just want to say hello. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Made his appearance, and now he's off. Five of Pentacles, right? Not Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. I'm feeling, paired with the Son of Cups in reverse, look at these two cards. It's almost like the Son of Cups comes in. Oh my God, look at them actually together. Look at these two cards together, Sagittarius. It's almost like, look, they are part of one. And they're like, their heads are both, like, they're like, it's like a mirror. It's like a reflection. It's like the Son of Cups is going to come in and replace this, whatever this has been. This past energy that seems to be somewhat lingering. Whatever this space is of emotional dissatisfaction or emptiness or void, whatever you're feeling, right? This is going to mend that. Okay? But you have to get over this first, I'm feeling, in order for this to be able to manifest. All right? And this, I'm feeling this could be a person, whoever this is, and if it's not a person, it could be your energy, but I'm feeling it is a person, all right? This person can be bringing in, inspiring this opening of your mind, this entry into a whole new world that's going to ultimately lead to abundance, as we saw already, all right? Okay? And it's going to undo, right? Any previous, past dissatisfaction with career, finances, right? Any stagnancy in that space, right? That you felt, is going to be replaced with this Ten of Pentacles. So look at this, 5 and 5, and just in terms of itself, right? In terms of the spread itself, in totality, you have such a emphasis on emotions and stability, groundedness, finance, career, right? So it's like these two are hand in hand, and it's almost like these two halves of yourself you want to bring into unison, right? You don't want to just focus on your job, just focus on your work. You want to bring it together to a place where you can tap into also your emotional side, right? And gain that emotional satisfaction. Right? So I'm feeling, okay, Daughter of Wands, maybe you were trying to start something, right, that was not fruitful for you in some way, not satisfying, not stable, not successful, in some sort of way successful, right? Everything is bringing us towards our success and bringing progress forward. But you know what? This situation with the Son of Cups, whoever this is, and whatever opening of the mind they encourage for you, or whatever they present, is going to bring the 10 of Pentacles. Like, forgetting about this, forgetting about whatever this was that didn't work, right? Absolutely. Beautiful. Beautiful. But you got to let this energy go, right? It's all about this, okay? Bringing down the past. Letting that go. Sagittarius, this has been a whirlwind of a reading. I am blown away. I hope that it was just as helpful for you guys as it was interesting for me, okay? Please do check your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as oftentimes those can also provide you with some further insights. All right, let's see any other announcements. I will be in with a last quarter moon cycle reading. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll stay tuned with that, all right? So that's going to be cycling through the energies of the month as we move closer and closer towards the new moon, okay? The planting of new intentions and seeds. So a few of you have asked, actually, right, about a personal reading. I have 2 services on my website as of now. It is the astrological interpretation report and the personal reading. So I will say this. I highly, highly recommend you, if you're going to do the personal reading, do the astrological report. If you have to pick one of them, do the astrological report. Why? Because I feel that it is so important to know, right, in terms of your elemental composition, right, your energetic composition, who are you, right? You were born into this world. What's your purpose? What's your calling? What's your soul path, right? If you don't know that already, right, and you want to kind of know, right, what is the path of all this energy, right? Because a reading just taps into a certain frame, right, of momentary energy, which really, in a way, right, depending, can isolate, right? It's almost like symptomatic. So I want to know, I find it much more helpful to know the broader scale and scheme of the energies of this person's life, right? Is this someone who has a propensity for fire energy? Is this something, does fire play a huge role in their birth chart, right? By way of their planetary alignments when they're born, right? Is this something that this person should be engaging in? What is the overall sort of scope, right? And even in terms of just understanding your calling and your purpose, right? Your soul's gold, as I like to call it. I think that that comes first, right? And then, it's great to sort of enter that space of energetic evaluation in terms of how am I manifesting this energy right now, right? And now I know where I want to go. I know my vision. I understand my skills, my hidden talents, right, that we can see via the birth chart. And now I want to know, right, how am I contributing to that on an energetic level? Right? And what energies can I move through, right? What energetic blockages can I move through to help me get closer to where I want to go in the long term? Okay, so that's a little bit on that. Those services are on my website. Feel free to check them out. I have the links below in the description box. Also, if you don't know your rising, moon, ascendant, etc., I also have a link there too. You can click that and check it out. All right, thank you so much, you guys. Have a beautiful March. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you all. And please comment. I love hearing from you guys. All right, have a great March and February as well. Bye.